Christmas and Happy New Year. I hope you all are having a great day today. As 2019 is coming to a close, I thought it would be fun to just kind of take a look back over this past year on the channel and reflect on everything that's happened and take a little look at what's coming in 2020. I can't believe that it's been 3 years of doing YouTube. A lot has happened on here, and a lot of fun stuff is coming in the future, and I'm really excited for it. So I kind of want to break this video down into 4 parts: the good, the bad, the frozen, and the future. So let's start with the good things that have happened this year. I put out 72 new videos this year, which is quite the record, since I think I only did maybe around 50, a little over 50 last year. So it's been a very productive year on that front. There were, included in that, there were 12 brand new covers. I did 4 collaborations with Johnny Music on this channel, and I actually helped him arrange 2 other pieces that you can find over on his channel, and I had a lot of fun working on those projects. I also started a new channel this year. You may remember back I did an April Fool's joke that was a Minecraft Let's Play. Well, that kind of took on a life of its own, and I did a number of those videos on this channel, and then finally decided it would probably be better to move those to their own channel. So I now am running 2 channels, so that is quite the exciting change for this year, and I'm really excited to keep that going into the future. I'm having a lot of fun with that other channel, and if you haven't checked it out, I would definitely encourage you to do that. I'll have links to just about everything I'm talking about today down in the description, so please go check out that channel. I'm only at about 15 subscribers right now, so if you want to help my subscriber numbers over there, that would be appreciated. What else for this year? Johnny and I also started a podcast called the Mavericks, and I think we're about 15 episodes in already, and we've been having a lot of fun covering all kinds of different topics related to the pipe organ and organ music and organ in culture and in the world today. And we're having a blast recording these episodes. So if you haven't heard that, definitely go check it out. If you're traveling over the holidays, give you something to listen to on a long car ride, and I think that you will really enjoy it if you are enjoying the content that I put out on this channel. Of course, I think my biggest highlight for this year was the project that came out the end of September, my cover of Epcot's Illuminations Reflections of Earth fireworks. That was definitely the biggest project I've ever taken on for this channel, and I had so much fun going to Disney and filming the fireworks from all different angles and learning the arrangement and getting it recorded and getting everything put together. Definitely the highlight of everything that I've done on this channel. I'm so proud of that video. It needs a few more views though, and I'm going to touch on that in a minute. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. I'll try to put a link in the iCards here. And if you have seen it, go watch it again, because I think it was pretty good, and I think you will enjoy it. So let's talk about the bad, because you can't have the good without the bad. There has definitely been some challenges this year. I think the biggest, I don't necessarily want to call it a downside, but the channel's been a little bit stagnant. We've been holding steady as far as subscribers and views and watch time goes, but I haven't been seeing the growth that I saw back in 2018, and that's something that I'm going to be working to try to improve in 2020, but definitely has been a little disappointing to see those numbers not going up this year. I was looking back, I actually did a video like this last December, and I was looking at all the things I wanted to accomplish this year, and a couple of those were I wanted to do new classical pieces, and I wanted to do some collaborations with some new content creators out of there, and unfortunately none of those panned out. I did look into a number of new classical pieces, but my heart really wasn't in all of them. I felt like I was forcing myself to learn them rather than wanting to learn them. And every time I would start working on one, I'd get a little bit into it, and then a whole bunch of other things would come up and I wouldn't have the time, and so it would get set aside, and then I'd be back to square one. So that's a little unfortunate that I wasn't able to get those done. And collaboration front, unfortunately, other things took precedent on this channel, and I just didn't have the time to pursue anything new there. So something that, just didn't quite pan out the way I wanted it to. The other thing that hit me this year, and you guys may, if you're regular viewers of the channel, you probably noticed that back in October, my video releasing kind of dropped to just about nothing. I really got burnt out after Illuminations. I had poured so much energy into that, and I was finished with that, and I was just kind of done, and I was really struggling to come up with ideas for content on a weekly basis, trying to get, something new out every week. And I was just burnt out, and I had a little bit of a period of time where I was seriously debating whether or not I was going to continue the YouTube channel. And there's a whole thing going on, which I am going to touch on in a little bit, that kind of led to me having to sit down and take a long, hard look at whether I wanted to keep doing this. I'm really enjoying the channel. I'm still enjoying writing the new covers and performing and putting out videos for you guys. So I definitely am going to keep things going, but yeah, it was a rough period in there, and I think I have gotten the spark that I needed to get things going again. So we will be off and running again in January. So we have that to look forward to as a positive note to the downside from this year. So let's talk about the Frozen, because I've kind of dubbed this year the year of Frozen on this channel. As you probably are aware, Frozen 2 came out back in November, and I have been hyping it pretty much since I think back in February. And I was trying to do a video related to Frozen every month this year, and I had a lot of fun doing that. And I hope that you guys enjoyed that content. If you did enjoy it, well, know that my passion for Frozen has just grown with the release of the new movie, so there will still be Frozen content on this channel. If you didn't enjoy it, they'll mostly be covers, so it's music, and hopefully you enjoyed the music aspect of it. One of the videos that I did, I was counting down my top 5 favorite Frozen songs, and at the end of that video, I put the little caveat that this list was contingent on me hearing the new songs from Frozen 2, which hadn't been released at that point. Well, after seeing the movie and living with the soundtrack for about a month, I have a new top 5. So the old top 5 was First Time in Forever, 4 was Dangerous to Dream from the Broadway version, 3 was When We're Together from Olaf's Frozen Adventure, 2 was Monster from Broadway, and number 1 was Let It Go. So here's my new top 5. Coming in at number 5 is Some Things Never Change from Frozen 2. Number 4 is When We're Together. Number 3 is Monster. Number 2 is Let It Go. That's right, something has bumped off Let It Go, and I didn't think this was going to be possible. Number 1 is Show Yourself, and if you have seen the movie, you probably know what I'm talking about. Disney kind of billed Into the Unknown as like the big song from Frozen 2, the next Let It Go. Well, let me tell you, Show Yourself is far and away the better song in the movie, and it is the first cover that you're going to be getting in January. It's definitely been a challenge as far as playing goes, which is why I wasn't able to get it out this month, but it will be coming, and I think you will definitely enjoy it. And I'm going to be talking a little bit more about Show Yourself at the end of this video, because it took what Let It Go did and it brought it to the next level. So let's talk about the future. I know I've been rambling on for a little while, so let's kind of wrap this up here. So the biggest thing that is going to be changing is I'm done with weekly videos. And there's a number of factors that kind of led to this. One was kind of the burnout that I was going through in the last few months. As I said, I was struggling to come up with new content ideas, and to some extent that's still true. As far as covers go, that's not a problem. I have a list that if I did 2 covers a month, I could go through probably 2024. But as far as doing vlogs and talking about things related to Disney and the organ, I'm still kind of stuck on where to go with that. And so I've decided that I'm cutting out weekly videos. When the channel started taking off back in 2018, I really kind of felt the pressure to put out regular content, because trying to appease YouTube's algorithm, and YouTube likes consistency and regularity. And so I was like, okay, I have to put out a video every week. Well, that really hasn't done anything for me other than stressing me out more often than not. So I'm not going to stress over that anymore. So there will be fewer videos, but they're going to be a lot more that are music related. There will be much more covers, probably more classical music in there as well. I'm still going to try to do at least one cover a month, and I have a bunch that are ready to go. I just needed the time to practice, and they didn't really fit in with the theme of how I was doing things. So they've just been kind of on the back burner, so I get to actually work on some of those now. The other reason I'm doing this is I've been doing some more research on how to have a successful YouTube channel, and one of the things that I keep coming across over and over again is consistency of content, having your content being really focused towards one subject as opposed to being on a number of different topics. And certainly there are channels that can get away with that, but my channel being on the smaller side, I think I really need to focus my content a little bit more. So it's going to be a lot more organ music, Disney music for sure, and some other things that I didn't get to this year. Star Wars, Harry Potter, those are definitely in the works for this year. But it's going to be a lot more music, and I'm hoping that that focus will kind of, will help things grow a little bit more when YouTube sees a little bit more consistency in the types of content that I'm putting out. Like I said, that's why I started the second channel, was so that I could put the gaming content on a different channel and not pull viewers away in that sense. So that's kind of the big change that's coming. As I said, still working towards one new cover, at least one new cover a month. Another change though is I'm not going to be announcing what is upcoming going forward. I know that for the last 3 years, at the end of every monthly cover video, I've said the next one is. Well, that really kind of led to some problems. One of the biggest struggles that I have had in trying to get content out regularly is I feel like the quality of my arrangements has suffered a little bit. I look back on the things that I did the first year, and I really poured a lot of complexity into those. And I feel like many of the arrangements that I've done since have not been quite at the level of those that I have done in the first year. And that's not to say that they're not good arrangements, but I think they could be a lot better. And it's because a lot of times I have, I've had the time crunch, and I've been really trying to get things out on time. And so, I've done pieces that probably are a little bit easier to play in general. They don't necessarily have, the orchestral depth that some of my early covers did. And so I really kind of want to get back to really focusing on the quality of the arrangements and just making them the best that they can possibly be. So, because of that, I feel like there have been a number of times where I've kind of been pigeonholed, okay, I said I was going to do this piece this month, so I have to do it. Boy, I don't feel like writing this arrangement. And that's again what happened with the burnout this year. Is I had said for October I was going to do Poor Unfortunate Souls from The Little Mermaid, and I just wasn't feeling it. And every time I tried to go, I just would sit there at the keyboard and be like, I'm not feeling inspired, and I want to do this, but I don't want to do this, and it became a struggle. So this way I can follow whatever is currently piquing my interest. So, if I was thinking I was going to release this song and suddenly this one has caught my attention and my interest, I'm taking the one that has my interest because I know I will care about it more. And it's not to say that I won't do the other one. It will just be a project that I have to come back to. So hopefully the quality of the arrangements and the videos will will go up in this coming year. So one of the things I said earlier, there was there's been a scandal, a crisis on YouTube, if you will. And if you watch a lot of YouTube, you've probably heard other content creators talking about COPPA, the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. So I'm not going to get into the specifics because it's really not worth it. Suffice it to say, YouTube is forcing us, all content creators, to mark their videos as for children or not for children. And if you mislabel your video, there's potentially big fines and all kinds of problems, and your channel can get shut down and all of that. That was one of the things that led me to consider whether or not I was continuing. Well, I've done a lot of research on it, and I'm not really too worried about it. The content that I produce on this channel is family friendly. It's not really necessarily intended for children, and I don't think children are my primary audience, but obviously it has, content that would appeal to children. There's nothing bad on this channel. I'm not labeling my videos as for children because there's a lot of negatives that come with that. You can't leave comments, I don't know if you can do likes or dislikes, no advertising, all kinds of mess. So my videos are marked as not made for kids, but everything on this channel, as it always has been, will be family friendly. So you don't have to worry about that if you're letting your kids watch these videos. As far as things that I want to accomplish in the new year, I do definitely want to do some new collaborations, and I have a couple of things in mind which I'm going to start moving on in January once I get back from visiting family. Definitely going to try to make that work. I do want to try to learn a few new classical pieces this year. It's not a high priority, but I do have a couple of pieces that I have been really itching to learn for a while, and I want to actually take the time to do them right. So those will be coming at some point this year, maybe, if I feel like it. Who knows? We will see. Because that leads me back around to the song Show Yourself from Frozen. And I said, where Let It Go started the journey, Show Yourself is kind of the culmination, but it's not the end. It's kind of the leaping off point towards the next point in my life. And I'll try to wrap this up fairly quickly here, but if you've seen content on my channel in the past, you know that Let It Go really was a huge inspiration to me in this channel. But when I first heard the song, it really didn't apply, and it was something that it came along a few months later that it applied to my life and really kind of set me free. Well, the message of Show Yourself really is, truly accepting who you are and growing from that. And this one is the opposite of Let It Go, because the sentiment of that song I have been really feeling for the last 4 or 5 months, and it's just kind of confirmed everything. I know that doing these covers and writing arrangements and doing these types of performances is what I'm meant to be doing, and so I'm really going to be shifting the professional side of my life to working to make that dream of going out and performing a reality, because I know I'm on the right track. And so I need to do everything that I can to make this dream that I've had even more of a reality than it currently is. And so that's what I'm going to be working on in the new year, and I'm really, really excited for the changes that are coming. And I don't know how much you're gonna see here on the channel as far as all of that goes, but it's a lot of behind the scenes stuff because I've really been enjoying performing, and I've gotten to do a number of performances this year. And I know it's what I'm passionate about, and I know I'm on the right track, and so we're gonna take things from there. So that has been the recap for this year. I hope that you guys have enjoyed all the content on the channel this year. If you don't mind, if you've watched this far, and I definitely appreciate if you do watch all the way to the end, please go down to the comments and let me know what your favorite video was this year, or favorite series of videos, or whatever types of content you prefer. I would really appreciate that. So thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't already, I would encourage you to subscribe and make sure you click that little notification bell so you can stay up to date on all of my latest posts. Be sure to follow me on social media. All those links are down in the description. Thanks for watching, Happy New Year, and see you real soon.